Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. I'm going to do a color and chat this week out of the book I just received. This is Sachin Sachdeva's Mosaic Art Christmas. Like I said in the flip through, I sure was hoping he'd come out with one of these. So I did a couple of pictures in here already in the beginning. And as I did the flip through, it's like, oh, I want to do that one. Oh, I want to do that one. And I can't remember which one I decided on. Because you can kind of make out some of the pictures. Which one shall we do? There's a Santa one. I think I was going to do this teddy bear. Let's do the teddy bear. He looks so adorable with the Santa hat on. So I'm going to get into coloring and then we will talk. So I normally start with the number ones and then the number twos. I don't know for this color and chat if I'm going to do all the number ones, twos, threes, etc. So that we can see more of the picture evolving. But we'll start with the number one, and that is brown. And of course, I have all of my colors figured out. I'm going to be using my Arteza Inkonics. I know, shock, shock. 102 for the brown. I really like using these because I have a separate set of Inkonics and twine markers over here in a separate case, and they're all set up for Belba family and Sachin's books. So yeah, really easy to pick out the colors. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. Another reason I thought I would color out of here, I'm still getting a number of questions on how do I do the X method. And it's very simple. Rather than coloring in the whole square with that color, you just put an X in. So, and I still, I said this once in another video and somebody else said they're the same way. I like working upwards. For some reason, my X's seem to come out better rather than coming down. And I think it's something about having the square below it having an X in already, if that makes any sense. So if we get to one here, there's some ones up above it. So we'll get to that. So your X's don't have to be perfect. So when I come up to some more, when I do this, it just seems to come out better. These X's are connecting. So maybe it's just, you know, my mindset. But it just seems to, yeah, come out better. All right, so we got those. So first up, I am so sorry there was not a color and chat last week. Life has been crazy around here. Like I'm sure it is for a lot of people with the holidays coming up. And in addition to that, we rearranged our living room. And you're probably thinking, well, big deal. Number one, we have large, heavy furniture in a small living room. So, yeah, the furniture was kind of hard to rearrange. But the hardest thing is the fact that we have our TV mounted on the wall. So, Bob had to get the TV down, the mount undone from the wall, and I have this big heavy dual shelf below the TV so that I can put the receiver, the satellite receiver on, the sound bar is on there, and then the subwoofer is all on there. And so that, of course, had to come down and then mount everything on another wall. You know, try to find the studs, and oh, Yeah, that was a whole thing. By the time he managed to get all that up on the wall, I think he was kind of wiped out, so we didn't rearrange the furniture right away. So now I have a bunch of holes in the other wall. They are plastered up, they're patched, but I still have to paint them, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to just spot paint them or if I'm going to have to truly paint the whole flippin' wall. Don't want to do that, because that means I'm down in that corner now, and I have an end table and a couple of lights behind me, and everything would have to get moved out again. So yeah, don't know if any of that's going to get done by Christmas. I may try to spot paint the holes, because right now I just have some white colored dots on my wall. So yeah, I think if I spot paint them over, it'll at least look better for now. And they may stay like that until next summer or something. Don't know yet. Depends how bad it looks, I guess. So yeah, did all of that. Did the, got my tree up and all the other Christmas decorating. And I am sorry if you can hear my stomach gurgling. Had supper, and I think it's still digesting. So I apologize. And then in the middle of the week, I got sick. So I wasn't feeling real well. Bob had the flu first, and then I got it. And no, it wasn't COVID. Didn't get real sick. I was so tired. Oh my goodness. That one day, I took 2 naps, got up late in the first place because Bob was home. And yeah, ended up taking a nap after lunch, ended up taking a nap after supper, and then went to bed early on top of it. It's like, holy cow. So yeah, just a little bit of an upset stomach where you're, nauseous and stuff. But yeah, it only lasted a couple days, which is what Bob's did too. So we couldn't get the living room rearranged right away because he wasn't feeling good. So had to kind of wait till he was feeling better, and I wasn't sick yet, so kind of managed to get that done in between us getting sick. And yeah, it's just been one thing after another. So yeah, I was busy last weekend, so the color and chat didn't happen, so I was going to do it during the week, and yeah, everything else happened. So it's like, okay, I give color and chat, I'll have to wait till this weekend. And this weekend ended up a little busy too, so this is Sunday when I'm recording this, and it's quite late for me to be recording. It's already after 7, so I'm not sure if this is going to get up yet tonight. I did just do a flip through of this book, so I definitely want to get that up tonight. And if I don't get this color and chat edited and everything up tonight, it will be up tomorrow, pending any problems, of course. Every once in a while we have those situations where something didn't record, or something else happening. That is always very disappointing. when you, especially a color and chat, you know, it's nothing that you can start over, or a long swatching video. At least that you can start over, but yeah, you do a long video and then for some reason it didn't record, or for some reason there's an error in the file, or it's like, well, there went an hour and a half of my life. Oh boy. And yes, it does happen. A few times I forgot to turn on my mics. Yeah, but yet I had the mic plugged in, so there was absolutely no audio at all. It's like, oh my God, I gotta do that all again. Thank heavens that doesn't happen too often. All right, so how is everybody? We are all fine here now. Hopefully, we kind of got this bug out of our systems and we will be good for a while. Would be nice if we were good for the rest of the winter, but I don't get sick too often. I must have a relatively good immune system, and Bob really doesn't get sick too often. I don't think he would have caught COVID even if it hadn't been for the fact that his brother had it and he was very sick with it. And Bob was sitting on the bed, you know, he was right in front of his brother and everything. And then had to call the ambulance for him. So he definitely was very much exposed. And yeah, it pretty much was inevitable that he came down with that. Otherwise, usually he does not get sick too often either. Thank heavens. All right, we're almost done with the number ones. Up here anyhow. And you definitely use up a lot less ink or marker doing the X method rather than coloring everything in. I have used these Inkonics, boy, I don't know on how many pages. I have only run out of one color, and that was the peach, because peach is used a lot in the Belba family books, which is number 1 for Belba family. And yeah, that's the only pen that I have had to replace. Okay, there are a few ones down below, but we'll leave them for now. So then we have 3, which is a lighter brown. And that one is back here. See, it's so nice because when I have them all separate in a dedicated set, pretty much know right where to go for my colors. Oh, this little guy's going to be so cute. All right, one thing I do want to say is my heart goes out to everybody that has been affected by the horrendous amount of tornadoes that struck the Midwest and kind of the South a little bit. 8 states, especially Kentucky. I hope none of you or your family or friends were affected by any of that. Oh, it is just, you see it on the news and it's these towns are just completely leveled. Oh, and so many dead and missing, and yeah, gonna take a long time to rebuild and come back from this. Kind of like Hurricane Katrina, you know. New Orleans still isn't the same, and that was how long ago? You know, some of those districts down there I don't think will ever get rebuilt. So who knows what's going to happen, like down in Kentucky and the other states. Seems like Kentucky was hit the hardest. But I know, like, the big Amazon building in Illinois was only a couple years old, and that got hit pretty bad. So, yeah, and that same storm system came up by us then. Of course, we didn't get the tornadoes, we got a bunch of snow. During the week last week, we got hit by one storm and got 6 inches of snow, which isn't a huge amount, but it's enough. But then out of this storm, we were expected to get 7 inches, upwards of a foot of snow with high winds. Winds must have not been high enough, though, to classify it as a blizzard. But we did get 8 inches or a little bit over 8 inches of snow. So yeah, within the last week, we did get over a foot of snow. Yeah, so one would think we would have a nice white Christmas, wouldn't you? There's a lot of snow out there. But Mother Nature, I swear, still has PMS. I say always in the fall and the spring. Mother Nature has PMS because she don't know what she wants. Oh, there's a few ones in here too. Maybe I will do those couple quick, so I don't forget them. Because yeah, last Tuesday morning, I think it was, we had below 0. I mean, it was nasty cold. It definitely gets a lot colder around here, and it will, I'm sure. I mean, it's not unheard of for us to get 20, even 30 below 0 here. And yes, that is cold. But next week, I think it's on Wednesday, we could hit 50. 50. 50. Oh my gosh. So yeah, we definitely have a warming trend coming. So you know a lot of this snow is going to melt. Don't know if all of it will, but I would think quite a bit of it will. So yeah, it's unreal. But by next weekend, we're supposed to be back down in the 20s. So, up, down, up, down, up, down. That's Wisconsin for you. Or, I should say, the Midwest. But yeah, we're always up, down, up, down, up, down. You never know from one day to the next what you're going to have. Oh, he's looking cute already. I just love doing these. They're just so relaxing. I don't know what it is about placing these X's, but I just love it. So much more than coloring in each square. Maybe it's because it goes relatively fast, and I just love the cross-stitch look of it at the end. I just think it looks really neat. Now the picture doesn't come out quite as distinct, if you will, doing the cross stitch versus coloring it in solid. But when you look at it from far away, you can still always definitely make out what the picture is. Usually. Because, of course, these pictures are quite pixelated. And that's what they're designed to be. All right, let's do these. Let's see. What else is going on? Now, some questions for you about Christmas. Are you all done decorating? I know some don't put up their tree till like the week before Christmas, and then there are others that decorate in November already, or the day after Thanksgiving. It's like, okay, time to put up the Christmas tree. Thanksgiving's over, time to decorate. Me, I'm a little slow at getting things put up, especially this year, just because of the circumstances, but did manage to get my tree up this past week, and the other decorations. It's always kind of a pain because everything is down in the basement, so gotta drag the tree up in this big bag, and then I have a number of big plastic storage containers with the other decorations in, and then a storage container with all the balls on for the Christmas tree. You know, drag it all up, put the containers back down so they are out of sight for the holidays, then bring them back up when it's time to take everything down, and then take them back down. So up, down, up, down, up, down. Did not put decorations outside. Didn't last year either. There was just, with us just moving in here last October, there was just still too much going on inside that we didn't feel like putting decorations up outside. And then Bob is not a big Christmas person to begin with. I love Christmas. It is my favorite holiday, but I just have not been feeling it this year. I don't know. Don't know why. There's been a lot of things, going on with, losing my kitty cat and things going on with my sister, and, if that all comes into play or what. But yeah, I kind of almost had to make myself put the tree up and decorate. Once it was done and everything, I really enjoy the tree being up. And it's in a different spot this year because they're rearranging the furniture, so I like where it's at, over in a different corner. Did we get them all? Kind of like diamond painting, I always miss something. Always. Never fails. Okay, now we're going to do red in the hat, which is number 4. So do you put up a real tree or do you put up a fake tree? When my kids were little, we always had a real tree. It was always fun going out with the kids and picking out a tree and bringing it home, setting it up and decorating it, It was just so exciting for the kids because they really are what makes Christmas, Christmas isn't as much for adults as it is for the kids. Just the excitement on their faces and their anticipation of when Santa comes. Did you or do you have any traditions in your family? I kind of started a tradition. One tradition we've always had is opening presents on Christmas morning. I know some open on Christmas Eve. We've always opened on Christmas morning because Santa always came at night. The kids did get to open one present Christmas Eve, and that was because Mom and Dad gave them a present too. Because I figured they're probably wondering, well, you know, how come Mom and Dad doesn't get us anything? So we always had one of the presents for Mom and Dad. And then the rest were all from Santa. So, but the tradition that I started with the kids is, because, you know, kids just get so antsy right before Christmas, right? And I always gave the kids stocking stuffers. Well, you know, the anticipation of that just about killed them. So, what I started doing is each of my kids got 7 stocking stuffers. And of course, it was nothing expensive or, you know, just smaller things. And I got them 7 because for the week leading up to Christmas, after school, when they came home, they got to go in their stocking and pick out one gift. And they got to open that present so that they had something to look forward to that entire week before Christmas. And they just loved that. But then, of course, they're like, can we open another one? I'm like, nope. And my daughters are actually following the tradition, so I think that's neat. Yeah, they all really, really liked it. So, yeah, they're doing it with their kids. So, I guess I started a tradition. We'll see if it passes down through the generations. I don't know. So, yeah. Everybody done shopping? I suppose many of you are done and have everything wrapped. I am actually mostly done shopping. I just have a few things, and some of them are gift cards, so I wanted to make sure that I started shopping early because we all heard, you know, the fact that there may be difficulties getting things on time. Let's do these 8s and 9s, which are greens. So we have green and light green. Now these I'm not sure. 161 emerald green. There we go. So green is number 8. Am I on camera? Yeah. What was I saying? I know it was something about Christmas. Oh, being all done shopping or not. Do you send out cards yet? I know, actually, physically sending out cards, snail mail as they call it. You know, some people just don't do anymore, but I think for a lot of people, it's just another tradition, right? It's one of the few times that people actually send something through the mail to their loved ones and friends. And I know some include a nice long letter, especially if you haven't seen that individual for a long time. Kind of nice to include that, or a family picture. I know a lot of people do that. I was going to be recording yesterday afternoon, but then my son and his wife drove over from Green Bay, which is a couple hours from us. Well, hour and a half maybe. So I don't get to see them too often. Not like they're real far away, but, you know, they're busy with job and, you know, all of that. But they were coming over for my daughter-in-law. Her dad was having them over for supper. So they popped in here for a while. So I did get to see them both. You know, normally it's my recording day, but of course I'd much rather see my son and daughter-in-law. And he hands me a card. He says, I got you an early Christmas card. I'm like, "Aw, that was nice." It was a really pretty card. And I open it up, and guess what? Open the card up. On the left side is an ultrasound. On the right side had a message, and then they wrote, "Merry Christmas, love, Cameron, Leah." Just said my last name. Oops. Edit that out. But yeah, she's finally pregnant. I have been waiting for this. Oh my gosh. So yeah, editing Lisa's going to have to edit that out. So yeah, I will repeat because I am going to delete that out. I don't want people knowing my last name. But yes, they have been married a number of years. So I was just waiting. I've been bugging them, of course. Everybody has been. When you going to have kids? But they are two people that have just done everything right, if you will. He is 1 year older than her, so he went off to college in Green Bay. She was still here in high school, but then she went to college in Green Bay. They each had their own place. Cameron was living with a couple of his friends. I think she was in the dorms or something. And, you know, went through their 4 years of schooling. And then they each moved back home for a while and decided to move back to Green Bay. And they got an apartment together. Let's pick out my next color before I continue that. We have 6s over here, which is yellow. 128. I think that's this one. Nope. See, I have a set for Belva Family, and then some of the colors overlap into his books, and some don't. So, yeah. Anyhow. So, then, yeah, they got a place together, and each, you know, got a nice job over there, and stayed in the apartment for a number of years and saved up money. And now this past year, we moved to this house. They moved. They bought a house. And so they finally have a house. They got a kitty even. My son's always been a kitty lover, and his wife too. And so yeah, they got the kitty. They've had her now for a while. But they must have decided it's finally time. They had taken a number of trips. Each summer, you know, they would go somewhere. So maybe they decided they, you know, got it all out of their system and could settle down now and have their kids. So yeah, like I said, they, you know, wanted to wait till they were all out of school and then out of college and then save for a house and then first start having kids. So, and they are so much alike. They're both very frugal with their money, which is great that they both are, because otherwise it can cause some problems in a marriage. And I say frugal in a good way, not a bad way. They both really watch their money. And that is a good thing, rather than splurging on things. My son has always been that way. He would save up his allowance forever and then be able to get something big. He would not go and spend it on smaller things like a lot of kids. My daughter would have a tendency of doing that. I think a lot of kids do. But then there are those who do like to save up their money because they have their mind set on something big. Maybe it's a game because they had an Xbox. So sometimes it was, and those games are expensive. Jeepers. So, sometimes it was that, or he'd also save up his birthday money too, and then he could get something really nice and big. So, yeah. So, he's kind of like that now, too. And, yeah, so I'm so excited. Due date is next June, the very end of June, so they had figured it was going to be early July, so who knows. A lot of times with first babies you go over anyhow, but not always. They are going to find out the sex of the baby, so we will know if it's going to be a boy or a girl. Some people like to do that, and some people don't. And I understand both ways. The only time I knew the sex of my baby was with Cameron, because that was after I lost my son Kyle, and it was a genetic thing. I think this is the one. Yeah. Number 5s, which are orange. So when I got pregnant with my son, they did a number of ultrasounds throughout my pregnancy to make sure he was okay. And so we did find out. But when I had my kids, it was not standard to do ultrasounds for every pregnancy. You only did ultrasounds when there was reason to suspect something was wrong. It just wasn't a standard thing, where now it is. Most of the times they do it in the beginning, and then I'm not sure, if they do how many times throughout the pregnancy, but, maybe just, number of times just to see how, if the baby's developing right. And so, yeah, we didn't have all that when I was pregnant way back in the day. Yeah. So, missed a yellow, and I'm going to put that in right away because, again, I'll miss it otherwise. I have a tendency of doing that. And then somewhere else, I'll miss the same color. And I'm like, oh, darn it. Get that marker back out. So that was the excitement yesterday. They had gone over to my ex-husband's, or dad's, yesterday for supper. It was kind of a late Thanksgiving. So that's why he wanted to pop in here then. We have a lot of grays in here. Gray and dark gray. We do have some peach in here. Now the only peach that I can use from Arteza is very light or very, very light. So I chose the light. But yeah, when you're coloring, you can't hardly see it. When you get it done and you look at it from a distance, you kind of can. But I'm thinking of kind of borrowing something from another set. I wish I had like duplicates or something from another set that I could use and just put it in this case, because like I said, Belba family uses peach a lot also. So this is the one pen that I did have to replace. But like I said, it is so pale. And they just don't have a darker peach cover. Gosh, I can't talk either. Color in even the 120 Inkonics set. So, yeah, I'll have to see. I mean, I do have some sets that I don't use very often, but I hate to pull the peach out of there, and then when I do use them to do one of these books, then it's not in there, and I won't remember where the heck that pen went. It's lost forever. Yeah, because I have a good memory, but it's really short. That's what I always say. Yeah. Very short-term memory. Oops, missed these. So you can see how fast this goes doing the X method. And I think it's coming out so cute. He's adorable already, and we only have the head done. Not even done. So I'm not sure if this is going to be his scarf. Can't tell yet. Then maybe we'll do some of the grays. It's 19 and 20. I'm pretty sure are the grays. Yep, gray and dark gray. And some 18s up here. So yeah, I definitely want to find a different peach color. I love my Inkonics so much because they're just so nice and juicy. Is that all? Nope. We have some over here. All right, we're at 45 minutes already. What else did I want to talk to you about? Oh, yes. I would like your opinion on this, so please comment down below. I am thinking of having, I got this idea from another diamond painter, Mrs. Crochet and Coffee. She has an awesome, awesome channel. She is hilarious, so if you're interested in diamond paintings or just very, very funny stories, go out and check out Mrs. Crochet and Coffee. So I asked if it was okay if I could use her idea, and she said by all means, to do mystery boxes. And what that would be is, you know that I show a lot of diamond paintings from a variety of diamond painting companies, right? I will never, even though I love pretty much every single one of them, so it'll be hard to give them up, but I will never be able to do them all, right? So I would like to pass some of them on to my subscribers. Now, the only thing that you would have to do is pay for postage. The diamond paintings themselves would be completely free to you. I think I'll do these 13s and 14s because they're purples. Yeah, they would be completely free. And like I said, you would just pay for the postage. Now, I'm not sure how many. I did measure the diamond paintings. They're about a foot long for the like 30 by 40s, 30 by 30s. So I did order some USPS, the United States Postal Service, priority mail boxes, the medium size, to see how many I can fit in there. Now those are the flat rate boxes. I thought I was doing the wrong number. So it would be just a flat fee, and I just thought that would be the easiest way. I would know what the charge would be for every single one, no matter where you lived in the United States. If you are international and for some reason you would be up to paying the international postage, I guess you could. But I don't think the diamond paintings would be worth that postage. So I would definitely leave that up to you. But I think the postage on the medium flat rate boxes are 16 something, 16.50, around there. But I would just have you pay a flat 15 bucks. And I am hoping I can fit like 8 to 10 diamond paintings in each of those boxes. 13s, are there any over here? So yeah, that is something I was thinking of doing during some future color and chats, or a diamond painting and chat, or, you know, whatever, one of those two. And this wouldn't be until into January, and then periodically throughout the year. And what you would do if you are interested in one of the mystery boxes is you would contact me. Probably the easiest way would be through Instagram, but if you don't have Instagram, could be Facebook Messenger. If you don't have any social media platforms, you could email me, and that is always down below in the description. So any one of those ways. I am on Instagram the most, though. I don't go on Facebook that often anymore. I used to be one of those addicts. I don't post much on Facebook anymore unless I am in a diamond painting along, you know, an event, and we have to post each week. I will do that, but other than that, I don't post too much, and I'm not even that great posting on Instagram yet either. Again, I do post a few diamond painting posts, and I'm going to post these two that I colored in already, and when I finish this, I'll include this one because I think he's going to be so cute. But the first, however many I determine that I am going to be sending out, so say 5 in each batch, and there's 10 in each box, that'll be 50 diamond paintings. I have so many upstairs, and I have quite large drawers up in my diamond painting room, and I have 2 of them stuffed to the max. I sent a box of like 75 of them down to a gal in Florida because she was setting up something for the senior community. There is a mobile home park, 2 of them actually, for all senior citizens. And so she was setting up where the senior citizens could come to this place where she had tables set up and whatnot, and she was going to teach them how to diamond paint. And I just thought that was such a fantastic idea that I contacted her and I said, you know, I have a ton of smaller diamond paintings that I think would be great for this. You wouldn't have to purchase anything then. So yeah, I sent her a bunch of them. I gave some to family and friends, and my sister is now getting into it. My sister from New York. She just is newly retired. And she really loved the look of it when she seen mine. And so I sent her a bunch. And my daughters. But I still have so many left. So I would like to pass them on to you and share the love. Now, granted, they didn't cost me anything monetary-wise, but it does take time to create those videos, show all the diamond paintings to you, edit these videos, get the links, make the thumbnails, and then upload everything. So they are paying me for my time. So they truly aren't free when you take that into consideration. Nobody's time is free, right? And we have peach up in these, I'm assuming, Christmas balls. So we'll get that back out. I hate doing peach on camera because it is just so pale. But can you kind of see the peach? You'll see it when I zoom out more. Yeah, got the Christmas nails on. Got the Christmas watch band. Christmas face on my watch. Isn't that pretty? I love it. Yes, we had to get all Christmassy. So again, let me know down below in the description if you would be interested in something like that. The first 5 or how many I determine I'm going to be giving out that respond to me will get the mystery boxes. And then I will make, I guess, a posting stating that the mystery boxes are done, or it's, you know, closed, or however I would word it. Probably in a community post. But again, I don't want to just put this out as a separate video because trolls do the lurking, and yeah, they search for keywords like that. I definitely, you know, would not put any word in there called giveaway or, you know, surprise box, mystery box, whatever, because they search for all of those terms, whether they're interested in those, you know, things or not, which just makes me so angry. You know, and then sometimes they turn around and sell them, which again makes me angry. So I'm not quite sure how I am going to work it all, but pretty sure that's what I would do. And I do have the boxes coming. I ordered a set of 10. I think they should be here next week. And I will go through and see how many I can fit in that box. And we will take it from there. So yeah, I'm hoping that some of you would be interested in that. I know not everybody diamond paints, so there's a number of you that wouldn't be interested in it. And please don't, you know, I can't say enter the giveaway because it's not, you know, a true giveaway. You do have to pay just the postage, but if you do say, you know, that you want it, I would like to at least get these 2 people who are actually interested in them and going to do them. Okay, enough of that subject because, yeah, I won't be doing them for a while yet. Just too much going on right now. All right. kind of running out of things to talk about, so I know I'm coming up on almost an hour, which is about my norm. What did everybody have for supper tonight? Although by the time I get this up, maybe tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, so you won't have had supper yet. What did you have for supper Sunday night? I tried a new recipe. It's called Sicilian meatloaf. Has anybody ever had that? It's like meatloaf, but it's Italian. I love Italian. It is one of my favorites. Italian and Mexican, although I do like Chinese too. Guess I'm not too fussy, am I? But I think Italian I love the most. I love pasta. Carbs be damned. I would have a hard time going keto, and my doctor says I should because of my sugar level spiking, and then I get the real low blood sugar. But I cannot do that. I just cannot give up my pasta. So the Sicilian meatloaf is, you take a couple pounds of hamburger and you make your regular meatloaf, right? And then instead of just making a loaf, you pat it out flat into, I forgot what the dimensions were, 10-inch by 8-inch or something like that. We're just going to work on this dark gray because the whole background is dark gray. So while I finish up here, we'll just work on the dark gray. So then after you pat out the meatloaf, you layer on some deli ham. It's a nice thin deli ham, which is my favorite meat in the world. Yeah, this 20 goes all the way down here. So we're just going to start up here. And then you put a layer of mozzarella cheese slices. Does that not sound good? Ham and cheese is my all-time favorite combo. My favorite sandwich is ham and baby Swiss. Yum! So I thought, oh, this will be right up my alley. So after you layer that on, next comes the hardest part of the whole thing. You roll it like a jelly roll. And with having all that in there, it's, yeah, kind of tricky to get that rolled up. But it actually wasn't as bad as what I thought it was going to be. Once you get it rolled up, of course, you seal, the edge and then the ends as well as you can. I thought I had them sealed up pretty good, but a lot of the cheese oozed out as it was baking. But yeah, you put it in like a 9x13 pan, and then you bake it like a regular meatloaf. Oh my gosh, that turned out so good. Oh, it was scrumptious. And then I made the noodles, the fettuccine, to go with it, with homemade marinara sauce. Oh, yes. It was good. Am I making anybody's mouth water? Especially if you're hungry right now. Don't be watching this right before lunch or supper. Oh, man. Yeah, it was good. I love trying new recipes. Every once in a while, I'll just throw in an oldie goodie because Bob loves chili. So I'll have to periodically make that for him. And his other love is cheeseburgers. So I'll have to fry him burgers every once in a while. And we bought, my daughter Heather and her fiance. Her fiance knows somebody that, sorry about this, butchers cattle. Yeah, I don't like that thought either. And I try not to think of it when I eat meat. But anyhow, so I don't like any beef other than hamburger. I don't eat steak. I don't like beef roast. An occasional steak, maybe, but not too often. It has to be a very tender cut. And who can afford filet mignon too often? So, yeah, we ordered 40 pounds of hamburger, and oh my gosh, it is so good. You get them in the, instead of the 1 pound tubes, like a lot of times you get when you get them, you know, packaged like that. I don't like those tubes. No, these come packaged in flat packaging. So they're really easy to get out, you know, to open and everything. And yeah, very nice and lean. So that was awesome. We plugged in the refrigerator we have out in the garage. It was from the prior owners. They left it there. And we really hadn't been using it. But we thought, with 40 pounds of hamburger, yeah, might not have room for that in the inside freezer. We might have, but we weren't sure. You know, as long as we had that out there, might as well use it, right? So, plugged in the fridge freezer the night before my daughter was bringing the meat. And she brought it. And Bob was at work, so I got it all stacked into the freezer. And it was good for a while. Then it started feeling like maybe it was getting softer, you know, not totally unfrozen or anything like that. So Bob turned up the temperature, or I should say down the temperature. And it seemed to get really frozen again. So we're like, okay. Well, then for a while, I did not hear that thing kick in at all. It had started to get colder out. So I thought, well, you know, maybe it doesn't need to kick in. Well, then a few days were above freezing, and it's still, I didn't notice it kicking in. And so I would check on the hamburger every day. And it did feel like it was getting softer, so I told Bob about it, and he went and felt it, and he thought too it was just getting too unfrozen. Again, it was still frozen enough. It wasn't getting spoiled or anything, but we didn't want it to unfreeze, you know, thaw out any more and have all this hamburger go to waste. We had only used maybe 4 or 5 pounds of it so far. So we ended up clearing, or I did, because again, he was gone. I said I would do it. Clearing out the freezer in the house here. And I packed all that hamburger in the freezer in here. And again, unplugged the one out in the garage. So yeah, don't know if, I know a lot of people don't use their refrigerator, you know, that's outside, up here in the northern states anyhow, during the winter months. You can't really put anything in the refrigerator because it will eventually freeze. I mean, they're insulated well. It would take a while for things to get below freezing in the refrigerator, even once it gets below freezing outside. But it will eventually get cold enough for your things to freeze. So, you know, you can't keep, you know, unfortunately, a fridge cools stuff, but it can't keep things warmer so that it doesn't go below zero, you know, below freezing, I should say. It doesn't have that capability. Somebody should invent that, or maybe it's out there already, but it probably costs, you know, $5,000 for a fridge or more Don't know. I guess I never researched it. But yeah, that would be nice. That'd be perfect for outside. Where, you know, most refrigerators, of course, are inside. So all you need them to do is cool things and to keep things frozen. So the vast majority of refrigerator slash freezers only need to cool things, not keep them at a constant temp. So, you know, needing to warm up things too would probably be an odd thing and wouldn't make money. And that's why they don't do it. Yeah. All right. So I think I will just do a couple more rows of this and we'll call it good. We are a little over an hour now and it is getting late. I want to see how much of the videos I recorded today I can get uploaded. And because of everything, even going on this weekend, I didn't get all my recording done. I have a number of videos to record yet, so I'll be recording tomorrow or Tuesday. I am doing that diamond painting advent where you diamond paint a section every day leading up to the 24th. And yeah, Lisa made the sections too big, especially considering the fact that it is a square diamond painting, which takes longer. But I am now forcing myself to learn how to use a multi-placer. And if you're not familiar with diamond painting, it's rather than just putting one diamond, or what we call drill, on the tip of the pen at a time. They're longer. You put them in the tray and you can pick up, they have 2 placers, 4, 6, 7, all the way up to, boy, I don't know what some of those use, like 14 or 16. I could never do that, but I started with a 2-placer. And that was working pretty good. So then I tried a 3, and then a 4, and it was still going pretty good. So now I am up to a 6-placer, and oh my gosh, it does go so much faster. I was like 2 days behind on that diamond painting, and I almost caught up. I was on day 16 and I had just started the 16th square, so I was almost caught up. Now I'm a couple days behind again because this weekend was too busy. I did not have a chance to get up there and work on it. Plus I've been working in the Sally Berry Advent coloring book, where you, I don't know if you've seen the flip through that I did of it. You color a picture a page, a picture a day leading up to Christmas, and there is a number on each page. So I do have one picture to color in there yet, because I am 1 day behind. So with trying to get all these uploaded, edited, and uploaded, I don't know if I will get a chance to do any coloring tonight, unfortunately. But we'll see. We shall see. So yeah, 2 Advent type of events that I've been trying to keep up on. The coloring book, this, you know, the Sally Berry coloring book is a very, very simple coloring book. Travel size, so, you know, it's not big pictures at all. And they don't take long. I have been actually putting some enhancements on, like some glitter and, you know, things like that. I was using my Spectrum Noir glitter pen, brush pen, and the Zig glitter pens that I have. What else did I have out there? I had a whole bunch of stuff I took out in the living room to use. And so, yeah, been kind of putting a little bit of extra something, not a ton, but more than what I normally do, which is absolutely nothing. So, yeah, trying to do a little bit of extra on each page. I don't know if I did glitter up or enhance every single picture. I can't remember as I went along, but it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun, both that coloring book and the diamond painting. I have thoroughly been enjoying it. I just feel like I'm under a time constraint for that diamond painting, and I don't like that, you know. And I know if I don't get it done, I don't get it done. It's not going to be the end of the world. So I think I will just do these, and we'll call it good. All right, let me zoom back out, and we'll take a look at our pretty Christmas today. There. So you can see the peach in it, but again, it's just very, very light. And then there's white up in here. What is 19? I didn't do 19. Oh, that's the light gray. Okay. So, yeah, here is the peach, and then in the ornaments. So again, you can, although I am backed out quite a ways, maybe you can't see it from way up there. But yeah, it is really, really light. So maybe I will look for just a small set of fine liners, look at the colors, and see if there is a darker peach color in the set. So I know there's other smaller, quite inexpensive sets out there, and I will get it just for that peach. Pretty silly, I know, but like I said, that peach is used in both Sachin's and Belba family books, and it's used a lot in the Belba family, and it's always kind of bothered me that it's that light, so yes. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching this video. Again, I apologize for not getting out a color and chat last week. But I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button. It really does help the channel. Subscribe if you're new to my channel. I would love to have you. And I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. And as always, happy coloring. Bye, guys.